Remuneration is the money that employees receive in exchange for working for the business. However, the amount of money an employee receives is dependent on their role within the business. Typically, the more senior the role, the more money an employee receives in exchange for working for the business. For example, a customer service manager is likely to receive a greater amount of money than a customer service assistant. Remuneration can be a very effective method of motivation for employees, as money is one of the key reasons why many employees work. There are two main methods of remuneration. The first is wages, which are a variable method of pay, within which the money employees receive varies depending on how their pay is structured. The second is salary, which is when employees receive a fixed amount of money in exchange for work. First of all, let's have a look at wages. Now, as I've just mentioned, wages are a variable method of remuneration, within which the money employees receive varies depending on how their pay is structured. Some employees are paid on a time rate basis, within which they are paid based on the amount of hours they work multiplied by a set amount per hour. This is a very common method which is widely used by many businesses such as McDonald's, who pay most of their entry-level employees on a time rate basis. The advantages of the time rate method include the employer being able to accurately forecast how much the wage bill will be, which enables planning, whilst also providing employees with the security of knowing how much they will earn. However, the time rate method also has potential drawbacks for the business, as it doesn't encourage efficiency, as employees receive the same pay per hour regardless of their performance. Also, the time rate method may disgruntle workers if they are efficient and they consider their colleagues to be less efficient or effective than themselves, but they still receive the same pay. In manufacturing businesses, a piece rate method is commonly used to pay employees. Within this method, employees are motivated by the fact that they are paid based on the amount of products that they produce. Employees tend to work more efficiently under the piece rate method, as this will mean the wage they receive is higher, which increases productivity for the business. Whilst the most experienced, skilled and efficient employees earn more than the less experienced, skilled and efficient colleagues. However, the piece rate method does make it more complex to forecast employee pay, as it is based on their performance, which may vary from month to month for many employees. Also, due to the incentive of being paid more for every item they produce, employees may rush, which could result in substandard goods or excessive amounts being produced. Therefore, effective quality control processes are essential when using the piece rate method of pay. In addition to the time rate and piecework methods, some businesses also offer employees overtime pay. Overtime is when a business pays employees an additional amount of money for working above their contracted hours at the request of the business. This can be a very important method of remuneration to motivate employees to work more than they are required to, especially during busy periods of trade such as Christmas for the majority of retailers. Also, if employees know overtime may be available in the near future and they want to do it to increase their wage, this can effectively motivate them to increase their efficiency and productivity within their regular working hours, so they get chosen for the overtime hours if there is competition amongst employees for this. However, if overtime is forced upon employees and they feel pressured to do it above and beyond their contracted working hours, this can actually demotivate employees and may lead to decreased productivity or even the employee leaving the business over the long term. We now move on to salaries, which are another form of remuneration for employees, but in contrast to wages, salary payments are a fixed amount of pay which employees receive in exchange for work. This is typically split into equal amounts and paid monthly or weekly, depending on the business. Salaries are much more common for employees who hold senior roles within a business, such as managers and executives, or employees who are classed as working in a profession, such as doctors and teachers. Salaries offer employees a guaranteed amount of pay, regardless of their performance, which provides employees with safety and comfort in their role, which often leads to more loyalty and longer service. Often, employees who are paid a salary are motivated by the incentive of a possible yearly rise in their pay, should they meet or exceed their targets. However, salaries can also lead to decreased production and efficiency because the employee is guaranteed a set level of pay regardless of their performance. Also, employees who are paid a salary sometimes face pressures to work more than their contracted hours without any additional payment due to the nature of their role, which can cause conflict in the workplace and demotivate the employee, leading to a decrease in their efficiency. Also, employees who are paid a salary sometimes face pressure to work more than their contracted hours without any additional pay, due to the nature of their role, which can cause conflict in the workplace and demotivate the employee, leading to decreased efficiency.